France is on the brink of civil war. Well, at least that's the narrative.
Well, the French president has warned of the possibility of a civil war.
Macron, who will remain as president for another 3 years, warned that the far right risks sparking a civil war.
Civil war हो जाए यहाँ पे आप देख पाओगे Emmanuel Macron.
The far-right National Rally is leading the polls, and the party's 28-year-old leader Jordan Bardella is in the running to be the next prime minister.
France is facing one of its most significant political crises in decades, and the outcome could reshape the country's future. If you didn't know about this or know a whole lot about French politics, don't worry about it. This video is for you. After a significant loss to Marine Le Pen's National Rally in the European Parliament election, President Macron took drastic action by dissolving the National Assembly. Using constitutional provisions, he called for a snap election with a tight 3-week deadline. This unexpected move has plunged France into a period of intense political uncertainty and heightened tensions. The French Secret Service has issued stark warnings about the potential for civil unrest and even a civil war. Radical leftist groups have already taken to the streets in protest, responding to the right-wing surge with acts of vandalism and public disorder. The atmosphere in many French cities is tense as the nation grapples with the possibility of widespread civil conflict. In his bid to counter Marine Le Pen and the National Rally, Macron is calling for unity against the far right. He's leveraging the fear of civil unrest to rally support from centrists and left-leaning voters, emphasizing the dangers he believes a National Rally victory could bring, polarizing an already divided electorate.
Now to France, where more than 200 centrists and left-wing candidates have pulled out of the country's parliamentary runoff election ahead of today's deadline. The aim is to avoid splitting the vote amongst centrist and left-wing parties in Sunday's runoff. French President Emmanuel Macron hopes the pullout will block the far right from winning power after his centrists came third in the first round behind a coalition of left-wing parties and behind the far-right National Rally.
This current political crisis is one of the most severe France has faced in over 70 years. The country has seen rising tensions among political parties and numerous failed attempts at forming stable coalitions. The historical parallels are stark, with many comparing today's events to the tumultuous periods of the mid-20th century when France was similarly divided. Immigration has become a central issue in this political turmoil. France has experienced massive immigration, which has significantly influenced the political landscape. Parties like the National Rally have capitalized on these tensions, accusing immigrants of promoting Islamic values that they claim are incompatible with French society.
Qu'on me donne une raison, une seule, pour garder sur notre territoire des étrangers qui collaborent avec une idéologie totalitaire qui veut la mort des Français. Les binationaux en lien avec l'idéologie islamiste doivent être déchus de leur nationalité et expulsés. Les Français qui adoptent l'idéologie de l'ennemi doivent être traduits devant les tribunaux et punis. Les mosquées radicales seront fermées, les prêcheurs de haine expulsés. Les associations fondées du salafisme et des frères musulmans seront dissoutes.
It seems like a large percentage of the French population agree with this, given the results of the latest election. This rhetoric has deepened societal divisions and heightened the stakes of the current political battle. France's public services are struggling under the weight of increased demand, and many citizens feel a growing sense of insecurity.
This isn't supposed to be an area where we keep people.
Staff are left with no choice but to tend to patients here. 8 hours after she arrived, this woman has yet to receive any care.
Immigration is also being blamed for exacerbating the drug problems and contributing to the crisis of public safety. The right-wing narrative points to these issues as evidence of failed government policies and the need for a radical change in direction. Many French citizens feel that their parliament acts merely as a translator of EU laws, leaving them powerless in their own country. This sense of disenfranchisement is fueling violence and societal depression. The perception that national sovereignty has been compromised by EU influence is a significant factor driving support for the National Rally. Even if Marine Le Pen is elected, there are doubts about her ability to bring about significant change. The potential for civil unrest remains high, and the path to recovery will be long and challenging. Many wonder whether her leadership will truly address the underlying issues or simply exacerbate existing tensions. To truly understand this crisis, it's essential to know how the French election system works.
The elections happening now are for the National Assembly, the lower house of the French Parliament. There are 577 deputies in the Assembly, so 289 seats are required for a majority, and each deputy represents a single-member constituency. If no candidate wins a majority of votes in the first round, the top two candidates, as well as anyone who received votes equivalent to at least 12.5% of registered voters, go through to the second round, where whoever gets the most votes wins.
This system often leads to strategic withdrawals and alliances to block the less favored candidates. In the recent elections, the far-right National Rally secured 34%, the far-left New Popular Front 28%, and Macron's left-leaning centrist ensemble 21%. Strategic voting and alliances play a crucial role in French elections. Mainstream parties often withdraw their candidates or endorse each other to consolidate votes against the far right. Macron and Mélenchon's parties have pledged to withdraw candidates if they're in third place in any constituency where the far right is leading. This tactic, known as cordon sanitaire, is designed to isolate and prevent the far right from gaining significant power. Looking ahead, I can see two main scenarios. Firstly, the far-right majority. If the National Rally secures 289 seats, they will have an absolute majority. This would likely lead to Marine Le Pen or Jordan Bardella becoming prime minister, resulting in a cohabitation, where the president and the prime minister form different political parties. This could cause significant political tension and policy gridlock. Alternatively, we could have no majority. If no party secures an absolute majority, France could face a governmental deadlock. This situation would complicate major reforms, potentially leading to political paralysis. Macron's party might try to form an anti-far-right coalition, but if they fail, the country could be stuck in a stalemate. France stands at a crossroads with the potential for significant political change on the horizon towards the right, which seems to be a global trend across the entire Western world. The rise of the National Rally and the deepening divisions within French society have created extreme civil unrest. As we watch these events unfold, it's essential to remain informed and engaged. Seek out information from multiple sources and form your own conclusions. The outcome of this political crisis will not only shape the future of France, but will certainly have broader implications for Europe and beyond. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay informed during these strange times. See you next time.